Well, there we have it. Monday morning. Rained most of the night off and on. And every time I was out checking cows, it was like this. Except I was getting rained on. So, number 2 actually gets to go back to school in person. First time since all this COVID crap started. Believe it or not. Actually, a fine looking morning. What is it, about, I don't know, 5:45, I guess. Sun won't be poking up for a little while, but the moon's up there nice and high. And it's out of the clouds. Clouds are moving kind of southeast. Oh well. And a little bit of a glow that's over that way. You know, is that the city lights or is that the sun? We'll see it soon enough, unless it starts raining. Oh, yeah, we got to get number 2's toolbox to school today somehow, too. Really brilliant. Oh, we're only going to do part of a day, but you got to bring your toolboxes in, but not say when. Smart thing would be when everybody comes in first thing in the morning, they take their toolboxes into the shop. Because I sure wouldn't want to leave a toolbox full of tools sitting out in the parking lot in the back of a pickup for 4 or 5 hours or 6 hours. That's just a brilliant thing. So nobody knows how it's supposed to happen because they didn't specify. And it also sounds like a real pain in the ass for her to get to the classroom. She has to self-COVID test and fill out paperwork saying her on the computer, I guess, saying that she doesn't have it. And then before she can actually go in, the instructor has to take everybody's temperature. Really? Oh well.
So I told Mel, Murphy's mom, that I would do a video. A little dirty this morning from feeding, but I do my own meals. And of course, since I've been here for a little while, I had to show you guys the babies. They're playing around this morning. Like Buddy that's making all the noise over there. Hi, pretty girls. Yeah, you are a pretty girl. And I had to show you the ones that think that they are big boys now, huh? You guys think you're big boys? Yeah. You think you're a big boy, huh? Eating next to mommy.
2. Becky called me and screwed up my video. We're missing something here. The cover's here. Fancy box is gone. It went ahead and went out this way and went out the door and went in the back of my pickup. Number 2's first day actually back in the quote classroom, which incidentally, they're not allowed in the classroom. They cleared an area in the shop and put tables and chairs out there. But hey, the cool thing is she's got another girl in her class. So number 1's taking her toolbox out. There's my hydraulic tank. It's one that came off this chassis. It was originally mounted hanging off the cab frame from 2 points. And the cab covered it over to here. I need to really figure out how to keep my finger in there, right? It's going to get mounted down on the frame. And the outlet is going to sneak right through here. We'll go straight in and go up into the pump. Goes up into the other side of the pump, of course. Makes it a little more difficult, but it'll work. Other thing. I got a bunch of us got a really nice bunch of shout outs on a video yesterday. See if I can say this right. Timothy Flegel. Check his channel out. Here's how you spell it, so you got a half a chance of finding it when you try to search it, because I'm no good at putting links in. You guys know that. I mean, I throw links up on lives once in a while for people, but yeah, I forget. It's like when I get done with the day, I forget what all I put in the video. So there's sometimes I'm kind of like, huh? What are you asking that question for? Oh, yeah, that's probably in the video. So anyway, so that tank, we'll go there. It'll come back about to that cab upright. Then I think we're going to go ahead and mount the air tanks right behind it. Keep them down fairly low. I don't want to get them too damn low, but keep them down low. And then I'm going to mount the foam mark tank right on top of them, which will hopefully leave me enough room to reach over to get into there. If not, we'll see how it looks with the air tanks and see what the foam mark tank looks like. May put the foam mark tank on a hinge and swing it out of the way. But that's the plan at the moment. And excuse me, I got a couple of fuel tanks, saddle tanks that came off a 61 International truck. 44-gallon tanks. And I'm going to end up a little farther forward with it than I want, but it's going to go on this side. I'm going to be farther forward because I want to stay away from that little silver thing back there. I thought about where to put the tank, and if something ever happens with your gas tank, I'd really rather not have to climb out over the top of it. And I can probably punch that bottom glass out if I have to, but by the time there's a gear shift in there and there's a monitor in there and everything else in the way, that might not be the easiest thing to get to, and my fat ass ain't gonna fit out that back one. And God knows I do not want to punch that front one out. I mean, if the whole thing burns up and that window's gone, that's one thing. But, if that window's not gone, I really don't want to buy one. I was told a price on that. And, let's just say that all the cash money I've had to lay out going into this thing so far will not buy that window. So, that being said, see how far the day goes today. I really wish that thing would have been cleaned up and painted, but I got to do something for mounts on it. So, that just means I got to play with it. I'll get you some more later. Hopefully actually show something being done. Who came to visit me in the shop. She's being a good girl laying here. She was just barking because the guy come to get some oats. Then I thought I heard her over by the door, and I'm going, uh-oh. But she's still right here. Huh. Yeah, Rainy's a good girl. Rainy's a good girl. She's been scratching next to that one, but I think we solved that problem. The vet left pretty long tails on these sutures. They got cut off, so they're not poking her. And it's been a slow day, figuring stuff and refiguring stuff and refiguring stuff, but that table comes in really handy. I made the blocks, and we bolted them to the frame first because, the tank's going to have to go on the way it's going to have to go. The top's bowed down, this side's bowed out, this end's bowed in, the back ain't any flatter. So set it up there and weld it to those. I got a pretty good gap on this side. You see in there. That's the way it's going to be because the other one's up tight. And this was tight at the bottom. So, there's no guarantees the tank's perfectly square. Near as we can tell, it's level with the top of the frame, level with the bottom of the frame. Should be, right? So, I have a hard time finding my fingers. I tacked the bottom, both sides of the tube, both tubes, and then I welded the top. And I probably should have ran that longer. I wanted to be closer to this corner up here. So I think I'm going to end up adding a piece of flat iron to the side of it just to get up and get a bite of the top, because I leaned on the tank and it flexed, and I don't think that's a good idea. But the fun part's getting the bolts out now. They're inside square tubing. And number one just got done loading that oats up, and I noticed she's feeding, so I'm just kind of sitting there waiting for her. Easier with two. Take the bolts out, then I'll set it back on the table and weld it up, finish cleaning it up, and paint it. In this ugly spot, that's what it's going to be like. That was one of the old mounts. I don't want to take any more of that off because I don't want to get into having issues. And the other one is right here. It's pretty well hidden. This one's, at least it's on the back of the tank. And by the looks of it, it was even done with a wire feed way back when. Yeah. They must have been set up right when they were building stuff, because I know it was done either in the 60s or in the 70s. And that should be just about right. My steps for the cab will probably brace out either right above the tank or right below the tank or all the above. I might even come in against the bottom of the tube down here. It's about an inch below the tank. And we'd have been lined up better that way, but the higher the tank is, the better it is. Especially when I wheel around over here and we compare the tank height to the pump height. And the line's going to drop out of the bottom of the tank and be just above that engine cross member and then up into the far side of the pump. So it should be fine. That'll be a flexible line in there. It's going to have to be anyway. Don't have a lot of choice there. Then hopefully everything works out right, eh? Oh, and cab kit came today for it. Kind of wondering, the box is a little thin and it almost doesn't look like it's a hard shell. So it's a good thing we didn't throw the other one away yet, because we might have to put that one into it. My understanding when we ordered it, it was supposed to be like the one for the Versatile, and like the one last one we put in the International, it's supposed to be one hard piece and you slip it up and in. But we'll find that out later. I don't want to put that in until I got the radio stuff so I can finish wiring before that's in the way. And I'll probably leave you about here and work on this. I'm hoping to get the tank all painted tonight so tomorrow we can put it on, get that much out of the way. That's my plan anyway. You know how that goes. So, hope y'all have a good evening and hope y'all have a great Tuesday. Yeah, this is Monday, so we'll go from there.